One of the first things you should do right away, if you haven't already, is locate your water main inside your house. That way, if a pipe does burst, you can turn that water supply off right away.
That water can spread very quickly, hundreds of gallons within an hour.
Every winter, Brian Cranfield with Advana Clean sees damage in homes and businesses after pipes freeze and then burst.
These are available at a hardware store.
So in order for you to avoid a big mess, Cranfield is showing us around his own home, where he says it's not too late to prepare for the rest of the winter. One sign he says you should always look out for is water stains on the ground.
It's an indication that you've had a water or moisture leak. And in this case, 2 weeks ago, I came and found water here because the humidifier was actually leaking. Well, that water leached in under the furnace, through the wall, and actually shows up inside the house.
But when it comes to avoiding frozen pipes, preparation is not just important on the inside of your home.
Disconnect hoses from faucets. You never want to have those connected when freeze hits. And then simple ways of protecting. You can buy this at a hardware store. It's nothing but a styrofoam cup to cover the faucet. It's about $2.
And if you do discover frozen pipes, Cranfield says there are a few things that you can do on your own.
You don't want to put a heat source directly on a pipe for any length of time, but use that warm air to just slowly thaw out all the pipes that are exposed.
He says these are just practical ways to prepare and keep yourself from having a big mess to clean up this winter. Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Thanks, Nicole, for that. And working for you, everything you need to know to keep your pipes at home from freezing is up right now on the IndyChannel.com. Just click on the Hot Buttons section. Taking a quick look at your newsfeed now, Wells Fargo says it has fixed a glitch that double-charged people who use online bill pay. But you will want to double-check your account now to make sure you got your money back and you are not paying any extra fees. Wells Fargo says an internal processing error caused that issue. A Girl Scout troop in the Houston area is asking people who buy cookies there to donate them to the first responders who helped after Hurricane Harvey. They say it's their way of saying thank you. And the black dresses and tuxes people wore to the Golden Globes to support survivors of sexual harassment and assault are going up for auction on eBay tomorrow. All the money from the auction will go to the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund. This weekend is the one-year anniversary of the inauguration of President Trump. It also marks 1 year since the Women's March was set the record for the largest single-day protest in U.S. history. The Women's March is on again this year, but with a new focus. The name of this weekend's theme says it all: Power to the Polls. The Women's National Democratic Club served as the hub for last year's March on Washington. But as they get their signs and sashes ready for Saturday, they want to make sure their message is inclusive.
If you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're a male, you're a female, old, young, black, white, brown, everybody belongs here. It isn't like, oh my God, what's happened to me? Let's go and scream. It's, we know what happened to us. We're not going to let this happen again, and we're doing something about it.
More than 250 marches are planned around the country for this weekend, kicked off by the main event Saturday in Las Vegas. And happening that day here in Indiana, the group Women's March on Washington, Indiana is hosting an event at the American Legion Mall. Reclaiming Our State, Power to the Polls kicks off at noon with speakers from Indy 10 Point and other local groups. The plan is to march next through downtown to the State House. The group is expecting thousands of people from across Indiana to attend. We've been hearing a lot more about Bitcoin recently, and it's becoming more mainstream. Some big restaurant chains could soon start accepting it, too. Those include Morton's Steakhouse, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, and the Rainforest Cafe. The man who owns those restaurants tells Time Money his company tries to always be on the cutting edge, and he's expecting Bitcoin is here to stay. IU alumnus Mark Cuban, who owns the Dallas Mavericks, says the team will start letting people buy tickets with Bitcoin next season. They're actually not the first team to do this, though. The Sacramento Kings started accepting Bitcoin 4 years ago. Even with more big businesses accepting Bitcoin, now it's still important to consider that digital money is very volatile and not regulated. Another measles case confirmed at an airport many people in Indiana use. What you need to know if you've flown recently. And a possible meteor sighting in Indiana. One local expert explains what he believes people saw dart across the night sky last night. You're watching RTV6 News at 5:30.
Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Welcome back. Be careful if you're traveling. We're now learning a second person with measles may have exposed the virus to others at O'Hare International Airport. This tops our 5 at 5. The Illinois Department of Public Health says they found a second measles case at O'Hare this month. Health officials say there is not a measles outbreak at the airport as both people contracted the virus somewhere else. O'Hare is a popular hub for Indy travelers. Health officials say if you've been to O'Hare in the last month, you may want to get tested for measles. An update now to that possible meteor. That bright flash in the sky last night, apparently a meteor streaking out of space and into the Earth's atmosphere over Indiana. The American Meteor Society has not weighed in just yet, but the head of the planetarium at Butler University says after viewing that video you saw and a check of their cameras aimed toward the sky, it appears to be what's known as a bolide, which is when a meteor explodes in the atmosphere. There's another scam going around looking to rip you off. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office has received calls regarding a jury duty scam.